The Pimax 4K VR is a new virtual reality gaming and entertainment headset that promises clearer and crisper video resolution. Retailing at around $350, it's significantly cheaper than the VR headset giants, the Oculus Rift and the HTC Vive. Let's start with the specifications. It comes with a resolution of 3840 by 2160 at 8.29 megapixels. This translates to a significantly high 806 pixel per inch. All these numbers mean that images should be sharper and crisper. It also boasts a latency of around 18 milliseconds, low enough to supposedly decrease motion sickness and nausea. Plus, it makes for a smoother gaming experience. Finally, the headset comes with a 53mm lens with a field of view of 110 degrees, which you can adjust to between 58 and 71mm distance from the lens. Now, this spec is great on paper. The question remains, does the Pimax 4K VR, a cheaper alternative to the Oculus Rift and HTC, deliver on its promises? Is it worth getting at the current price? Well, the whole package comes with the headset, some straps, and a pair of detachable headphones. The build quality feels a bit plasticky. This, however, isn't really that surprising for the price range. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't feel cheap, it just has that familiar $15 mouse feel to it. Setting up the headset is pretty straightforward. Attach the straps in place, slide the headphones in, and plug them into the audio jacks. Adjusting for comfort is easy with the Velcro straps, although it may take a couple tries to get the right fit. And that's it! You just then connect the headset to the computer's USB and HDMI ports. This whole set weighs around 600 grams, which is slightly more than other VR headsets, but it really isn't that heavy. We barely even noticed the weight after more than an hour of use. And before I forget, the headphones are surprisingly comfortable with good sound quality and isolating. It does get a little uncomfy though after a while, especially in near the nose bridge. But we noticed that it depends from one person to another. There's just one crucial part that seems missing, a physical control to adjust the lens. At the top of the headset are power and arrow keys, but we couldn't figure out what they're for. This brings us to the software. While the setup of the hardware is simple, the software leaves a lot to be desired. It does get the job done, but it lacks some of the things that we've been accustomed to, namely good documentation and an easy-to-use user interface. The Pimax 4K VR comes with a content platform, the Pi Play. No, it's not the Raspberry Pi gaming emulator. This one is a special platform similar to the Oculus Store. Other than some videos and games, there's really not much that Pi Play offers when it comes to content. If you want games, your best bet is still Steam. The good news is that the latest driver update now works kind of seamlessly with Steam VR. This is one big step in the right direction towards access to more gaming content. Going back to that missing physical control to adjust the lens, that adjustment is done via the Pi Play. Yes, it's a software correction, and yes, it's the biggest pain point of the whole experience. It took us almost a dozen of adjust save cycles to find the best setting. Hint, it's 60mm. And of course, the gaming experience. We tested the Pimax on a PC running on Windows 10 with an i7-4790 processor with 32GB of RAM and the trusty GTX 980 Ti video card. Steam VR automatically detects the Pimax as a VR headset. There's a little trick though to making sure that it works as seamless as possible. Run Pi Play first and set it in Pimax mode before you open Steam VR. Like most VR headsets, it doesn't come packaged with a controller. So we tried two other options, the PS4 via the DS4 Windows and the good old keyboard and mouse. It's the keyboard and mouse that worked best for us. As for the games, we tried Elite Dangerous, Project Cars, and Winlands. We also tried Alice VR, Quanero, and Thick Air, but couldn't get them to work properly. These video captures don't do justice to the actual VR gaming experience. Elite Dangerous plays good. The mouse keyboard controls took a couple of minutes to get used to though, but once we got the hang of it, it was one memorable space shooting experience. The foreground is pretty, but there are some inconsistent draws in the background. Whether it's the game, our settings, or the headset, it's hard to tell. The Project Cars formula actually works. While the actual gameplay is kind of vanilla, the VR aspect of being behind the steering wheel, competing against other cars is exhilarating. We're not big on racing games, but playing this game on the VR was fun. Windlands was surprising. It was the first game we tried playing on the Pimax and was the default game during our test. It started out blurry and nauseating, but after an hour of tweaking, this platformer finally flourished. VR gaming is still in its infancy. The games, the controllers, and most importantly, the first generation headsets are littered with compromises. Compromises on the value, the build quality, the content, etc. The Pimax 4K VR, being part of this generation, is not immune to these trade-offs. What it lacks in build quality, it makes up for in resolution and pixel density. The headset is comfortable to a point, but the software is a pain to use. There's also the need to keep on rerunning Steam VR setup to make sure the head tracking is accurate. The PiPlay has a lot of room for improvements, better choices in games, a more usable interface, and more detailed documentation. We did leave out one notable aspect of the Pimax. It's actually great for viewing videos, aka your own private entertainment system. We tried a couple of videos and they're crisp and clear. All in all, cautious gamers may want to hold off in buying one until an official Steam VR support is announced. But if you're itching to experience virtual reality gaming and entertainment now, on a budget, then this is a recommended purchase. We publish 3 gaming videos every week. Don't miss any of them. Click that bell button beside the subscribe button, check the send me box, and save. Don't forget to like and share this video to your friends. Subscribe now and follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Google+.